Beth from Past the Plants, and today we are going to talk about how to cut a spaghetti squash. A lot of people avoid spaghetti squash because it is so dang hard to cut, or at least it seems that way. But today I'm going to show you a couple quick tricks to get through this thick yellow beast of a squash and get to the lovely strands of noodle goodness on the inside. In my other video called How to Cook Spaghetti Squash, I'll talk you through how you should actually pick a squash, but the basic idea is that the noodles actually run around the circumference, the belt of the squash. So if you cut it down the length, you're going to get shorter squash noodles, which is not what you want. So that actually works in our favor for cutting a squash because you don't have to try to get a knife through the whole length of the squash, okay? So when you're looking for a spaghetti squash, you want to get the biggest, fattest one you can find, not necessarily the longest. The first thing that you're going to want to have is a big old knife, a nice heavy chef's knife. And if you do a lot of chopping, I would actually recommend getting one if you don't have one, and you can link in the description. I have a link in the description to the knife that I love. But it's really important because you need to have like the weight of the blade helping you out. But that's not the only thing you need. You need to use your body to help you cut the squash. So if I were to just go whack and try to, oh, it's stuck in there, this will do you no good at all. I mean, the weight of the knife will help, but it's really not going to get you the leverage that you need. So what you want to do is get your body kind of over and use the weight and the power of your shoulder. So you kind of almost like step on your toes a little bit to get over, especially if you're not vertically blessed. You can kind of see how the squash is wobbling around a little bit. That's not going to help you very much. You need to have a little bit more of a firm foundation. So one quick trick, is to cut just the tiniest little base off on the edge. So you kind of see, like I just cut this little sliver. So I didn't actually get into any of the goodness of the squash. Don't worry, still have lots of noodles. But this creates this little flat base so that when you put the squash down, it's got a nice firm foundation. It's not going to wobble around on you. It's just going to stay right there. Curl your fingers back, get your knife poised where you want it to go. Now you're going to come up and over, use the weight of your shoulder, power of your shoulder, press down. This is actually gliding, almost gliding through because of the way that I'm doing this. If I were to be standing back here and trying to cut it like this, there's no way it would go through that easily. And this is a nice big heavy squash, and it's actually kind of an older squash. So those are even tougher. So there you have it. That, my friends, is how you cut a spaghetti squash. Now click here to go to my video, How to Cook Spaghetti Squash, so you can learn all about the best way to get the longest, most spaghetti-like noodles from your spaghetti squash that you can. Have a great day.